Alright, so we are here live at twitch.tv/rockstor098, and we are messing around with the new anthologies that just came on Arena today. Um, so messing around with the Historic Anthology and Explorer Anthology. The Explorer Anthology is pretty disappointing, but there's a lot of cool stuff in the Historic Anthology. That we're gonna mess around with. There's also new Lord of the Rings cards that I don't have in this deck, but we'll probably see in some of the games. Obviously, the One Ring and Orcish Bowmaster doing quite a lot. Anyways, enough about other cards. Let's talk about these cards. So we have actually quite a bit. You know, initially when I thought about building this deck and I put it together, as I was putting it together, I wasn't sure how many new cards were going to be included, but there's actually quite a bit. And yes, it's super cool. So Territorial Kavu was already on Arena, right? And people were kind of messing around with the kind of domain 5-color stuff, but it didn't really work super well, because there wasn't really a whole lot besides Kavu. Like, Kavu was a fine card, but when you didn't draw your Kavus, you were kind of just doing nothing. And then we got a whole bunch of new cards. You have Leyline Binding now. But then in the Historic Anthology, we have now received Wild Nacatl, Tribal Flames, and Bloodbraid Elf all in one go. And that is quite a lot. When I saw Wild Nacatl, I went crazy. I was like, oh man. Seeing this card, like, on turn 1, you know, Stomping Ground, Wild Nacatl, is so scary because you just know the next turn it's attacking as a 3/3, and it packs quite a punch. So yeah, all of these cards now kind of mesh together. So like Wild Nacatl kind of being like a smaller version of Kavu, and then Bloodbraid Elf just being a really solid card. You cast it, you get a 3/2 with haste, and you get any of your effective 3 or below mana spells. So all these cards are designed to be as efficient or effective as possible, because you really want powerful hits off of Bloodbraid Elf. You really don't want to find, like, you know, a conditional card or any kind of low-powered spell off of Bloodbraid. You really want to make sure that whatever you're getting, if it's not something that's like guaranteed, right, is powerful, right? So we're not doing any shenanigans, right, with the Cascade. Cascade is a very busted mechanic where there's a lot of things that you can do to break it, right? We're not doing that. We're literally just casting this as a 3/2 that also gives us another spell, right? Some card advantage, right? Speaking of card advantage, we have also Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Seasoned Pyromancer. Both of these cards are fantastic. You're just going to play them, and they're going to do the thing most of the time, and they're going to be good. They also help, filter out. So we're kind of majority red. We have a lot of red sources, a lot of green sources. So mostly red-green, but then we're also playing, a bunch of these triomes that help us out. In terms of our Wild Nacatl and our Kavus, obviously, and obviously the Tribal Flames. What else was I going to talk about here? So we have the Kavu and the Nacatl that get big there. Also, we're trying out Neshoba Brawler, which is, not the best here because, again, we don't have fetch lands. But even just playing this as like a 2-mana 3/3, it's probably fine. If it's ever a 4/3 or a 5/3, it's just fantastic, right? So, and the fact that it tramples, right, is really good. So we can use, something like a Lightning Helix to kind of like trample through extra damage, anything like that. Tribal Flames deals damage based upon our domain count. So if everything's going right, this is a 2-mana deal 5. And so, obviously, yes, it's at sorcerer speed, so it's a little bit limited there, but when you're casting this and killing big stuff, or when you're just pointing this in your opponent's face, it feels really good. So, yeah, gonna close out some games, hopefully, with this. And, and then we're also trying out another new card, Giver of Runes. This card's absolutely fantastic and modern in a lot of decks that want to, protect their creatures. I'm trying it out here because, I just wanted another 1-drop. I wanted another 1-mana play that was nice. It's a little iffy. Hey, Mike, thanks. I should probably mute that while I'm recording videos, but whatever. But yeah, Giver Runes we're trying out. We might cut it. We might just cut it for more into Shogun Brawlers. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what other one drops you can put in that slot, or if we just run 2 more Brawlers or something like that. I also had like Chandra in here initially along with Bloodbraid Elf, but like Bloodbraid Elf is kind of just stronger. This lets us be a little bit more aggressive, more low to the ground, more efficient. Where sometimes Chandra Torture Defiance can feel a bit clunky. Note about the mana base here, we have 3 copies of the Naya one, right? Because that's, again, the majority of our colors, that we can play this on turn 1, and then turn 2 we just play any of the other triomes. We'll have at least, 4, hopefully 5 of the domain. I'm not sure if this configuration is perfect. I haven't like looked at like the previous domain decks or whatever, and if that's correct. So I'm just trying this out. Again, I'm not presenting this as like the best deck in the world, but it's doing pretty well in testing, and we'll just trying things out and having some fun with it. If I figure out, if we end up getting a little bit mana screwed here, it should be okay. But actually, most of these are kind of fine, right? So like this is just a green land. This is a red-white land. This is a green-white land, right? This is green-red. This is red-white. So really, like, there's only one land, I think, that is, like, not great for us. Oh, sorry, there's 2, right? There's 3. So, like, Rafine's Tower, Xander's Lounge, and Zagoth Triome are, like, 1 colors, right? But they also, again, they also just benefit the Kavu and Tribal Flame so much that I think that'll be okay. Yeah, so we're just playing best of 1. We don't have sideboards or anything. Mostly because I feel like this deck is going to perform a lot better in best of 1. It doesn't really have any special combos or anything that it's doing, so yeah. So yeah, let's just go into games, play around, and have a good time. Interesting. So you can go like Sacred Foundry, Giver of Runes into another Giver of Runes, and then play a Seasoned Pyromancer. We're playing against? We're playing against a Lurrus deck. This doesn't seem great, but I don't think this is a mulligan, right? Seems like perfectly fine. Perfectly serviceable. Esper Sentinel. It's probably artifact aggro, if I had to guess. Yep. Okay. Ooh, so they have Shrapnel Blast now, right? That's scary. So we'll take the 4, and then we can play Giver of Runes. Oh, or we could just play Lightning Helix. Oh, that would give him a card. Yeah, like, what if I just, like, play this tapped, play another Giver, and then we can block with this Giver and give the other Giver protection? Seems pretty good to me. Do both? We do both copies of the Giver of Runes in the first game. Tool Craft Exemplar. Okay. Sure. Till end of turn. Yep, and the other one is like deals damage, right? Okay. All right. So then what we want to do here, we can Helix this Esper Sentinel. And then these both can give themselves protection. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I think we actually played this mountain. yeah, we just Helix. Because I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Before they untap, right? So then they get these. So I get this protection from red. Sure. Especially how do I deal with this thing? Oh, I should probably, you know what? I messed up. I could use this to kill the portrait. That was dumb. That was my bad. So I think I take the 3 here now. Yeah. This, sure. Okay, that's fine. So this is Forest Plains is Mount. I think we just want to do this one. This gives us everything. Doesn't really matter though. Right. Yeah. Oh no, we're missing one. What are we missing? Oh, we're missing Swamp. Okay, this one will give us Swamp next turn. Yeah, I think we just pass. So then they try and make this into a 4/4, and then we Lightning Helix it. You got it. Ooh, yeah, the making another flyer is annoying, right? Yeah. Dang, I have another ingenious smith. It's a lot of smithing. Ornithopter's fine. So they can get in with everything, and then they can deal me a little bit of damage, or I can trade with stuff and take a lot of damage. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna take... Oops, nope, do not do that. I think I'm just gonna do this and give both of these protection. Lights. This is kind of funny. Kavu, or not Kavu, Brawler. Thing isn't that great, right? We can play this, play the Season Pyro, just play the Season Pyromancer and get some 1/1s. Alright, there's the Kavu. Doesn't stop this thing from going after us though. Luris. Yep. Luris doing Luris things. Let's go there for 2, sure. Kavu. Sure. So ironically, we can actually like give them protection, right? Oh, then they start casting this. Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, and then this just gives them 6 powered attacker. Yeah, I have nothing to counteract this. Wait, what? They could have just done the last chapter, right? But now they're like delayed. Yeah, I can't do anything against these flyers. I don't have anything against these flyers at the moment. And it looks like we're not gonna get it. Imagine they don't block here. Unfortunately, they still have this to block, right? So it's like not even that good. Yeah. I mean, oh, sorry, they even have a, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop. Yeah, they technically had us dead that next turn if they just did the Yodia declares war on the right chapter. So this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 missing islands. It's like we can cast Leyline Binding on turn 2, and then we have Fable into Bloodbraid Elf. It's actually like it's weird that this is a keep, right? Please don't be the same deck. Oh my god, it's not the same deck, but it's basically the same deck, you know? Oh, well, we get a Kavu. This is green, right? So we can play whatever. Yeah, we just play. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we play here. We're playing a mountain. We're playing a 4/4 in turn 2. Got him. Genius Smith. The Smith is indeed pretty genius. That is a portable hole. That is annoying. Actually, we can Leyline Bind it, right? And then it does the thing. Alright. The question is, do we want to shock in this Leyline Binding? Probably. Sorry, shock in this Temple Garden so that we could pay for the Leyline Binding on this Esper Sentinel. I think we do. I'm gonna shock and pass. I'm gonna keep the Kavu back for blocker, right? I'm a mixer and get to cast Bloodbraid Elf. Actually, what if we just did that? Yeah, we do this. We like act like, oh no, you got us, and then yeah, they attack us, and then we Leyline Binding. Come at me, bro. Come at me. You got it. Come at me. Oh my god, you're the... Bro, what? What should we exile here? We can just permanently exile the Thopter. That doesn't seem very good, though. I think we'll just get this portable a hole out of here and get our copy back. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get this Bloodbraid Elf out. Sure. So we have like a big board here, right? We can get in with these and do some looting action. Oh, it's discard and draw, right? Yeah. This gives me not what I needed. All right, after this match, I would like to not play against this deck, please. Equipping onto the Esper Sentinel. Interesting. And a Retrofitter Foundry, sure. Okay. Dude, nothing in the yard. Everything got exiled? Weird. So we'll just continue looting. What are we gonna loot? Probably don't need this land, right? Let's just discard this land and get more spells. Giver of runes. That gives us a better play. Than just like playing this Fable the Mirror Breaker and being sad. So unfortunately, yeah, them having both colored and colorless creatures sucks. Oh, right. They just immediately get to have this Retrofitter Foundry do the thing. Because that's how that works. Yeah, just play a bunch of dudes. But also if they attack me with these, then I can just name colorless. Yeah, it doesn't seem great for me right now. Buying Luris, okay. The other option is just drawing 2 copies of Tribal Flame, or drawing a blue sword, like drawing an island, and then drawing a yeah. So here, this thing is colorless. These are colored, so like we can't even get past these things. So yeah, we'll just play Fable. We're gonna play this wild Nacatl. I don't think so, actually. I think we're gonna just hold this Nacatl because it doesn't do anything here, right? It doesn't advance our game plan in any way. And yeah, we're just gonna pass. Oh, they can just continues. Oh god, this is so stupid. They can just continuously rebuy Luris and make a 4/4 every turn off of Retrofitter Foundry. God, that's so annoying. Yeah, I think the game plan now is just draw into our two copies of Tribal Flame and point them at our opponent's face. You got it. You got another Esper Sentinel. Toppy top. The other option is we can draw another copy of Giver of Runes, and then we can give both protection from white and protection from colorless, right? Cool. Oh, well, there's Tribal Flames number 1. Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding the Retrofitter Foundry? How good is that? I mean, it slows down the assault, right? Sure. What happens if we attack with the Brawler? We Leyline Binding their blocker, and then they take 4, and then we Tribal Flames them. But it's only 4 damage. We're missing the blue source, so put them at 1. They didn't play both Esper Sentinels. Let's just Leyline Binding the Retrofitter Foundry. We're actually gonna pay for the Esper Sentinel. And we'll get rid of this Retrofitter Foundry. Because, like, otherwise they don't really have a great attacking force, right? Like, they have some 4/4s, but again, the Giver can protect some of them. Oh yeah, I mean, these Smiths are pretty big too. That's a thing, but that's fine. Oh, actually, if Fable of the Mirror Breaker flips and untaps, we can give protection from both. Right, we Reflection, copy the Giver, buff up our Brawler. So yeah, if we draw next turn, if we draw a blue source or a blue land, island, that thing, you know what I'm talking about? tool crafts, your exemplars, or tool crafting. All right, so I'm just gonna block this here. Can even double block this smith, and then block this here, and then giver can give this protection from white. So all we lost in this exchange was one wild Nacatl, and they lost a big smith, or a decently large smith. They can cast it next turn, but again, is this? Nope. All right. Should we just cycle? Should we just cycle? Right, because this doesn't give us the land type that we need. Dang. Oh, and Giver of Runes can protect. I didn't think about that. Giver of Runes can protect the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Let's see what they end up getting here off of their smith. Ornithopter. Ornithopter is okay. Right, and there's no other, yeah, it's just white and colorless cards, right? And the Luris is also affected by protection from white. We'll ship this Goblin Shaman to the shitter. Oh, does that do it? No, it doesn't. Oh, I should have kept the Shaman. So let me think. So if we Lightning Helix them... I mean, it's also a question of, like, what can they even draw? I don't know, but I kind of feel like... I think I'm just gonna pass. I think I'm gonna pass an end step Helix. Yeah. Because then also Reflection of Kiki Jiki can end step make a copy of Giver. Okay. Are they just not? Okay, they're doing a whole bunch of things here. So this is 4, 6, 6. Cool. So we just block this, take 6. Give this pro white. They have something here. Oh, sure. That's totally fine. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't block with anything that was, like, relevant. Portable hole. What are you targeting? Targeting Giver of Runes? That really sucks. I think that just ruined our entire game plan. God damn it. Yep. So what happens here? We like do this so we can make a copy of the Brawler. Or we can make a copy of the Kavu. Yeah, we make a copy of the Kavu. We Helix them. Yeah. I don't know. We needed to just draw the island. Like, if we drew the island... Yeah, this only does... I mean, yeah, and also they just have Luris. Ugh. All right, well, there's the Xander's Lounge. If we draw exactly Tribal Flames, okay. Yeah, damn. Oh, can I do anything here? No, right? Like... Oh, 1 damage. I did my best. I did my best. Like... Oh my god. All right, cool. We're done. We're done. We just don't have good ways of dealing with that. Can we please just not play against that deck again? Please. Please, please, please. So we have Zagoth Triumph into Sacred... We have all 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have all 5 colors. We just need to draw into some lands for our Bloodbraid Elf. But, like, yeah, turn 1... Triumph into Giver of Runes plus Wild Nacatl. And then we have Helix and Binding to... No, we don't have Helix. Sorry, we don't have mana for Helix. But we'll hopefully have it at some point. And we're playing against another Luris deck. Is this the entire format? Like, is this it? What the heck? Or is it just bronze? And they have the Retrofitter Foundry. We have the Leyline Binding for that. That's actually okay. Meow. Yeah, but they just get a turn 1 4/4, like... Kavu. So we can go Kavu, play a Triome, then Leyline Binding, pay for both the Esper Sentinels, exile this. Seems fine. It's also a 5/5 Kavu, so it blocks their thing. None of these particularly matter. Oh, sorry, Jet Mirror is the best one, right, to play. Cool. That's what I got. I guess I could have tried to get in there, like, given this, lose the glasses. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. How did you redeem that already? I have so many points. All right. Fine. Wait, till when? Wait, till when do I do this? Fuck. You have 2K banked. Or 20, sorry, 20K banked. That was the glasses. Messed me up there. All right. So yeah, we can just leyline binding this retrofitter foundry. The other option is we can attack the Kavu, exile an Ornithopter, and then if they try to block with both of the constructs, we just exile the one of them. Okay. Still get to do this, right? We still get to... So the question is, are we okay letting our Kavu go and then we exile this? And then our opponent is kind of doing nothing, right? And now also our Giver. Yeah, I'm going to exile the other construct. I'm going to just trade off this Kavu. Oh, I didn't play land yet. Let's do this one. Sure. I don't think it really matters. The next turn we cast Bloodbraid Elf and go off. And hopefully the big thing is we start attacking next turn. Alright, so they're going to target the Giver of Runes. We're going to target our Wide Nacatl, give it protection from weight. And then they can have the, yeah. Come at me, come at me. Come at me, bro. Oh my god, you freaking idiot. Do it, do it, do it, do it. No, 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 yeah. No issues there. Wait, but no, actual question. When can I put my glasses back on? I need my glasses. I'm actually gonna hold the Triome. And so now we just have 8 points of burn. Alright, this is how we beat the stupid deck. Yeah, I think we just have lethal. Yeah, we just have lethal. Bam. Turn them sideways. The way we win is for them to get mana screwed. That's the way we win. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's still okay, right? They're at 6. Tribal Flames, making sure that this is Lightning Helix mana. Yep, okay. Tribal Flames, you can draw. Decline. Helix you. Alright, we did it. We finally beat the deck. Bum. So we have everything except for Swamp. We can go Wild Nacatl into Brawler. We do have Season Pyromancer mana. I think this is the keep. We'll go Ketria Triumph, yeah. Oh my god, it's another Wild Nacatl deck. Hold up. What do I not have? Planes. Don't have planes. Do you have the planes so that we can trade off our Wild Nacatl? It might just be correct to go Luris. I'm gonna block this thing. If they have a thing, okay. They don't have a thing. Interesting. We have double red, right? Red. We can play Temple Garden and play the Season Pyromancer. And then we're gonna discard this Spara's Headquarters and I think the Brawler actually. Might seem kind of weird, but I'm just here to cast Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, drawing into 2 Lightning Helixes seems good in this matchup. What are they? Oh, they have Stomp. This is just like 9. No, they can't have Stomp. Sorry, they can't have. Oh, it's Gigantha. It's not. Okay, I messed up. I thought this was Luris. Man, I hate these alt arts. That's okay. So we have 2 light sources. I mean, I don't think it matters now what we play. We get a Kavu. I was like about to be, oh my god, we get a Kavu off of this. Yum, 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 yum. It's like now they just play Bone Crusher and we just Helix it and keep going face. Or they Bloodbraid Elf. Are they even gonna do that? Are other people like interested in playing Bloodbraid? Like, who knows? Maybe not. Swamp. Okay, so they're definitely also like doing domain stuff, right? Okay, here's our answer about Bloodbraid Elf. What did they get? Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, here's our answer for can you stomp it? Yeah, okay, you can. Alright, that's a little awkward. Although we can loot with our Kavu. The question is how. It's kind of nice. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We'll get in with our boys. Discard a Temple Garden. Ooh. I do like a Fable of the Nearbreaker. Heard that card's pretty good. So they can cast another Bloodbraid Elf, or they can playing Traverse the Uven Wall. Actually, that doesn't seem terrible. I might take a note of that. Actually, no, but playing basics seems bad. Is it? I don't know. What do we think? What do we think? They're doing the thing, certainly. They get Wild Nacatl? Sure. So awkward where it's like, do I want to discard this Nacatl? I don't think I do. Let me can Helix this Nacatl. And then attack. If they really wanna block our guy. Oh, we can also exile a card, right? I don't think we want to discard this Nacatl. We can just exile, like, yeah, we can exile a Traverse or something. Sure. Like, if they want to go to 1 and block this elemental, yeah, that makes more sense. And then we'll just play this Nacatl. Tribal Flames and Helix are both lethal. They can't shock anymore. Sure. Yeah, so there's still base like red green and whatnot, but like this version of the deck just seems much better. I'm gonna play Seasoned Pyromancer first, right? Because if we just draw Lightning Helix, it's just GG's. Notably, they could have Lightning Helix right now, so that's ooh. This is one. It's just 4 damage. But also it's like, okay, they have Lightning Helix and then they're just dead. Cool beans. All right, I'm putting my glasses back on. If you redeem it again, I swear. Trying to make a video here. Wait, can I just then go and put on context? is it? I feel like I'll make a rule for myself that I can't just go put on context. Ooh. So we only have 3. No, we have 4. We have 4 types. Yeah, it seems like a lot of times we're having 3 types, not 4, because we don't have a lot of swamps in our deck. So actually, well, we can turn 1 Nacatl, turn 2 Spara, or we can even turn 2 Temple Garden. What's going on, Ricky? How you doing? I'm having a good time. This deck is fun. This deck is very, very fun. I'm just playing stuff. It's playing the normal stuff. So we got a black Lurrus deck that just dead weighted my Nacatl. Are you serious? Well, there's our swamp, right? We can just play this now and... Oh, actually, no, this was probably better to play. We get the Fable next turn, or we get Leyline Binding here, depending on what they do. But I have a feeling Sky Clave Shade. Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of down to just binding this. Oh, this is cost 1 now. I have no idea what they're doing. I'm just gonna do this now, fearing like a sacrifice effect, right? Like I cast this, they sack it in response. I'm just like super sad. I'm so excited to cast this Bloodbraid Elf. I'm so hyped. Sure. So as you can see, like I was originally confused because like the black one doesn't really look black; it looks like purpley. But yeah, you can see now that we have all 5 colors. Tribal Flames to the face. They could have like the Feign Death here, but eh. To the face. Face is the place. We're getting Havened here? Oh my god, we're getting Havened. Deal. You play Seasoned Pyromancer or Fable? I'm kind of down to play Seasoned Pyromancer. And we discard Fable and Season and the other Pyromancer, and we can like draw into like 4 things. Like this wild Nacatl. Sure. Oh, so then they're gonna let. So this is the thing here, right? It's dead weight. They dead weight and then they draw a card. It's like, eh. They have just like some weenie light flinkers. So attack with everything. They block with Faceless Haven. Like they block here. They block here and here, and they take 2. They go to 6. Or if they get greedy and they block these, but then still block this to take 5. Sorry, take 3, they go to 7. So yeah, this Tribal Flames is close, but no cigar. We can just get in with like the elves. Or with the elf and Nacatl. Just see what they do. Sure. Not much we can do about that. Okay. Okay, so they went down to 7. If we draw another Tribal Flames or Helix, they're dead. Obviously, we'll instep this Pyromancer and make 2 more dudes. Yeah, we have a lot of draws that just win us the game, right? And even like another Seasoned Pyromancer would be nice. I would take a Fable at this point. Sag. Bro, what is this deck? Wait. 3 mana or greater? What? I was so confused when they didn't take it. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Alright, well, we know that their hand is garbage, right? And they have something still? So they can have like a Fatal Push. I'm down to send it, right? I'm down to like... I'm down to send it. That's fine. So they block Seasoned Pyromancer, and this they take 3. Or no, they take 1. Sure. So they go to 6. I mean, I'm just gonna cast this at their face. And then play this, and then we'll cycle the Savai Triome on the end step. It's like now they're just kind of on the back foot, and they don't really have a lot of the ways to like get back in. I would not expect. Please play faster, opponent. Like you have two, like, you know, basically 2 different game actions you can take or something like that. Oh, this Archfiend's Vessel is gonna be, yeah, we kind of have to kill them this turn. Giver of Runes is not it. Yikes. Although... So we just pass. They can cast this Deadweight on my Giver. Oh, God. Hopefully they don't see it. Hopefully they just get greedy and cast this Archfiend. Like, dude, you get a 5/5 demon. It's so good. You get a 5/5 demon. Oh my God. What? And they just draw into this? Are you kidding me? Just Archfiend. Like, look at that. It's a 5/5. You get a 5/5 flying. It's so good. Oh my God. This game fucking sucks. Oh, there was an argument to holding on to the Tribal Flames, but I just had so many draws. Sure. Oh my God, imagine they don't attack. Tribal Flame's still lethal. I have two Tribal Flames in my deck. And I have a Bloodbraid Elf. I have a lot of Bloodbraid Elves. Okay, now Lightning Helix is lethal again. Unless they attack. I guess they can attack here. Oh my God. I'm so... Why? Like, can we ban Lurrus, please? Can we get Lurrus out of this format? Like... That was the whole reason they got to keep playing the game. I mean, I gotta start answering these. All right, I mean, this is pretty good. Bloodbraid Elf sure do that. They kill my blood braid. There. I mean, what else is there to say? Like, what? Yeah. I mean, so I get to block here. They go to 4. Tribal Flame? Tribal Flame still does it. No, I don't have it with the loot because again the Luris blocks. And then Tribal Flames is no longer lethal, right? They never block with Luris. I guess. Oh. I don't know why you wouldn't block with Luris there. Just you have so much crap. Them drawing into 3 of the Hateful Eidolon, like just after I play like the Giver of Runes. Yeah, it like. I mean, yeah, I just don't think it's worth it's worth playing at that point. It's just a non-game after. Might be on too many lands. It also might have been a mistake to play the Season Pyromancer over the Fable. Man, I hate just the fact that like if you have 3 mana and you have Fable, like it's most of the time just probably correct to just play it. I mean, this hand's pretty good. Is this hand ever? It's not everything. Actually, no, it is kind of everything. I lied. Yeah. Turn 1 Nacatl, turn 2 Kavu with, you know, a black and blue land afterwards. But also just playing against life gain. Why not? So we'll attack. Dead, yeah. Alright, here's a 3-3 Kavu. It's just 3-3 Kavu, nothing else to see. Definitely not going to be a 5-5 on the next turn. Ugh, gross. Gross. Oh, but they didn't even... They could have... Oh, no, I guess they couldn't have because we could have blocked. Ow, that made no sense to me. Cool. We can attack and then loot. I don't think we need this Fable, right? Oh, we drew another Fable? Well, here's a Kavu. Kavu Kavu. Oh. Oh, they have to gain 7 life. Oh, that's a lot of life. Oh, never mind. I thought they were gonna make angels. I thought they were making angels that turn. Cool. Kavu. Kavu Kavu. So we don't have a plains. And yeah, this is okay. This is like a clear mulligan, right? Like we don't even have like a good Nacatl hand, and otherwise, yeah, we have. Oh, and like, sorry, we can't play the binding, and we don't even have a second red source for Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, this hand seems pretty bad. Okay, hand's good. I should put back binding or put back Fable. Honestly, put back a Nacatl. Mountain. Oh, gotta love having to play a shock land as your opponent plays basic mountain Scorch Spitter. Feels great. Come on, opponent. Do the thing. Are we really doing this? Are we really doing the thing? So like this does more damage, but this is easier to block, right? Or these, sorry, these can get like unblockable or whatever. Should I keep it back? Probably. Yeah, we can leave it back this turn, and then next turn we attack with a Kavu and it, or attack with a Kavu, play the Fable. Oh, I'm so glad I left it back. And then they play the stupid Cavalcade, yeah. They just have like the nuts. They just have the best hand that you've ever seen. I guess Fervent Champion doesn't really matter. A Scorch Spitter does more damage. Ooh. This is adding a swamp. Sure. So it makes this 2 mana. And then we can loot away this Secret Foundry that we don't need. Sure. You got it. No attacks. Interesting. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out. Kind of down to just attack with both. Yeah. At this point, let's discard. Yeah, this Seasoned Pyromancer. Kava discarding a Seasoned Pyromancer kind of feels okay, right? And even though I have the extra stuff, I'm still playing the mountain, but I'm just gonna play Nacatl and hold up Leyline Binding. There's just no reason to run all these things out and risk, like, you know, dying somehow. It's just not worth. Why do that when you can play a 1 mana 3/3? Yeah. Pretty good.
Say hi to my... Hey! These little guys are great!
So if they attack with a bunch of stuff, then we just kill them, right? Really? Okay. So now they're just dead. Oh, very dead. You have to do this? Oh, up to, okay. So the option that you do if you don't want to do anything is exile a card, then you just don't. I was wondering about that. I mean, like, this deck's good, right? Like, we don't need to, I mean, we can do like a couple more, but like, we don't need to do too much with this. I do feel like I kind of want to put other, you know, something to like have a couple more swamps and islands, because I feel like that's the thing that we're missing. It's like if we do like red, green, black, yeah, maybe like another red, green, black, or not a Zagoth Triumph, right? The Sultai one. Lorien Reveal. What does that do? You piqued my interest. Lorien. That doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem good at all. Like, I get it gets any island. I meant like, you know, adjusting the mana base, right? So we put in the Zagoth Triome as opposed to like a couple of like greens of, I think we don't need what is this, much of the also this mountain's probably useless, right? Oh, let's look at. Yeah, so like we don't need this mountain. We can put it another Zagoth. So cut this mountain and then run another Zagoth Triome. And that kind of fixes it a little bit. Like obviously means like the only way to have an untapped land is to shock in a land, but it's fine. What is their avatar? Nashi? Is that what that is? So we have four. No, we have three. And we can't play Kavu. We can't play Fable. I'm gonna mulligan this. All right, this is fine. We'll put back. Yeah. So here now that we have this Zagoth, we can put that back. This Rafine's tower. Yeah, because now this gives us everything. Right. This is 3 plus these, or sorry, plus plains and mountain. Almost messed that up. Force. There's no way for me to really do this right. Yeah. I guess we can just like go like this into Brawler, into Zagoth. Mana Confluence. Let me see this. Thoughtseize, sure. Thoughtseize is fine. Cheval, Bane of Monsters. You have my attention. Well, they took the Brawler. Okay, that makes sense. We don't have a second red source. Yeah, that's one of my, like, I don't know why I like that card so much. It's an awesome card. Is it Death Shadow? All right, so I'm just gonna, we have everything, right? We have, or no, we're missing Island. Let's discard this Temple Garden. Kavu Kavu. This should give us everything. Okay, there we go. It's definitely drawing me about one card a game. All right, Scrooge is now a 3/1, but it also just means that they have to block unless they have a Fatal Push. Dang, I really wanted to just, okay, I think we're gonna, oh, we can just exile this Croxa. I feel like that's better than, Gix is nutty though. Yeah, Gix is, that seems good. All right, so now 2 life. What do you got? And we could also just like draw into a land, cast Bloodbraid Elf, and cast Tribal Flames or Helix at your face. You also don't really want to use mana confluence. Watch them play the One Ring. Why did they sack the, okay. I guess we'll just attack and exile a card. And then next turn we cast Bloodbraid. Oh, they're also just, sorry, wait, it's like they, like, unless they have another, okay. I was like, what are they gonna do here? Yeah, we just beat them down too fast. You have played the One Ring. You've drawn a card. You've done it. Cool. Yeah. Cool beans. All right, so that was domain, what I'm calling domain aggro. I can kind of play mid-range G. It's kind of a slow aggro, right? It's not like fast. It's like hard to beat because you just play such large efficient creatures, right? So some takeaways here. Bloodbraid Elf, really good. I think a lot of people are going to start messing around with this card. Can play it with Fable the Mirror Breaker, like it's just really good. Tribal Flames did the job. Like, you know, it kind of can sometimes feel like a clunky card. It can look like a clunky card, but it felt really powerful when you drew it. And I felt a lot of times I was like, give me Tribal Flames, right? Obviously Kavu being good here, and then just combining it with Wild Nacatl. I mean, I didn't need to say anything about Wild Nacatl. I knew Wild Nacatl was going to be good. Surprise, surprise. Again, cards that I'm still questioning. Giver of Runes did a couple of things in like the first game. We never really drew it anytime after that. Brawler felt okay enough, right? Where again, I'm still considering like, do I just want to run 4 copies of Brawler? But then the other option is I might just want to just trade back these Giver of Runes for 2 copies of Chandra Torch of Defiance, since having a little bit of extra burn and just having a little bit more of an expensive card to deal with. The other thing that kind of piqued my interest was Traverse the Uvenwald. You know, that was something that, you know, kind of looked okay, but they were playing like all the basic lands and stuff like that. And I don't really want to do that. It doesn't seem like a great plan. Right, but even just like getting Delirium and searching for any card might be okay, although I don't think our deck really has a lot of ways of doing that. We have so many creatures. So yeah, that's probably not great. I don't know, just spitballing ideas here. Leyline Binding felt great, especially when we are playing like from behind. We just can cast that for 1 mana, or 2 mana, and just win the game. Had a couple of rough first games against the Boros Artifact aggro deck. And I don't know why we just like played like 3 straight games. We got the last one right. We got the last one against like the dude that like got land screwed. Right, so at least we have the moral victory there. But Yeah, I ended up adding an extra Zagoth Triumph because the big thing was is like we have a bunch of the Nylons, but we don't have a lot of the blue and black types. So we added another one of those. But other than that, I think deck's good. Obviously, again, not best deck in the world. It's not like it's gonna dominate the format, but it's pretty fun. If you're interested in playing Bloodbraid Elf, interested in playing Kabus and just beating down, it's a good option. All right, that's gonna do it for me for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff helps me out. If you're watching over at twitch.tv/Roxora098, go ahead and leave a follow. Consider leaving a Twitch Prime sub. All that helps me out. And yeah, see you guys for the next video.